So far, we've talked about the kind of challenge that the people in the Niger Delta have found themselves faced with. But what kind of response has come from the people of the Niger Delta themselves? You have found that the response has been one of, I have to benefit myself. I have to benefit. So it started with the oil companies dealing with the elders, and then the youth feeling that the elders are benefiting more than them, or are keeping the benefit and are not sharing the benefit with the communities. Or one community benefiting and another one not benefiting, and therefore leading to conflict between them. Or the oil companies mischievously and deliberately citing certain infrastructure on another community where they think is more amenable to them than one that is more militant, and those ones now agitating that the oil is really under our own soil. So you may have put it there, but we're sure you have drilled a slanting well under our land. Therefore, we are adjoining, we too must benefit. So when there was benefit, people were in conflict. When there was no benefit, people were in conflict. But it seemed as though some people came together in the end and said, look, we're not getting anywhere. The real enemy are the federal elites. Those are the real enemies. This is like trying to put myself in their minds. Because soon after that, they came together and formed an amalgamation of all the different youth groups under an umbrella called MEND. But that was after the massacre by the federal government at OD. So anyone looking at it would say that the real fight is between the federal elite now and the youth groups in the Niger Delta. And that is how the battle became pitched after a while. Not even against the oil companies, because oil companies had already mastered the art of divide and rule. You pay one side, they fight amongst themselves, you have some time to go and sort out yourself and do the next thing that you need to do. So they were a bit more agitated that we have to deal with the oil companies, and decided to go after the oil installations. But of course, with each agitation, the hotter it becomes, the more the federal government would devolve some kind of decision-making power to the regional level. So we had OMPADEC. Then we had state-level development commissions like DESOPADEC or SOPADEC and so on. Then we had NDDC, we had Niger Delta Ministry, we had all those different structures. But the thing they were looking for, how we can benefit sustainably over the long term, was never established. Then what did we have after? The more the federal government came in with a joint task force and used force, the more it also escalated on the part of the militants, with them linking up with pirates who would come and take the oil. They would use the money from the pirate activities to fund an escalation in the arms, such that by 2003, there was a proliferation of arms in the Niger Delta already. And according to Amnesty International, around the elections of 2003, they claimed that there was a low-intensity war that was actually fought for supremacy in the Niger Delta. So the question is this: what should the response be? How do you settle this problem of the Niger Delta? Will an amnesty program be the appropriate response? $40,000 odd by 2015 spent on each militant. Some people have wild figures claiming that even as much as $1 billion were spent on the amnesty program. Whether that is true or it isn't true, the fact remains that a lot of money was paid out, and we seem to be fueling a conflict economy. That the economy now is around conflict. Just like at the federal level today, we're having problems with corruption, and people think that corruption was what was really driving the Nigerian economy, and that once you remove corruption, it's like you want the the economy to crumble, which means we haven't really addressed the root causes.